Hello everybody, welcome back into the Let's Look Brad channel. So actually I went into Casper, I looked around, and I mentioned I was trying to get some buffalo nickels. I was actually looking for some large cents, looking around for a lot of stuff that I was able to try to fill some albums up with. I didn't find much there in the buffalo section. I found one or two of them that I think it's just one of them, but found some Eisenhower's, got some wheat cents also, and then got some mint sets. I just kind of wanted to run through it with y'all, what I found up there, but gonna check through the scope as always to double check if there's any extra varieties, any extra errors on there. Let's jump into it real quick. So the first one I picked up was a nice 1919. He's got it as VF there. He had it as $6. His really nice buffalo nickel there. Really nice on the back side of the reverse there. Had a lot going on with it. So definitely wanted to check, see, and also checking the album that I have, see if that's in there. But then this one right here, I know this in scratch, and I know it's got some VG details as it shows on there, but I was wanting to take it out, looking it up under the scope. A little tougher to see with the lighting that I got going on because I got the window open, but a half dime. I may have one half dime, and this doesn't look too terribly bad. It looks like there's a little scratch there in the half dime area, but I'm gonna put it up under the scope here in a little bit and see what it looks like. So that's pretty awesome. Wanted to definitely get that. $15, that's not bad either, because usually those things run about $27 to $30, give or take on the last few that I've seen. And then to come down here to the 1916S, and I just pulled these aside. Actually, it's a 1916. I got a 1917 also below it, but just wanted to check. He's got it as AG, but wanted to check through it. $3 isn't bad. It's actually about what the price is for the silver. And all in all, I wanted to say, what is it right here? He's got 15, that's 21, 24, 27, 30, and then $32. I think he charged me $30 for all these right here. But move on over here to 1940 Philadelphia. Pretty worn in, pretty tore up, but as always, I wanted to check, see if there's any 42 over 41 there. Like I say, still silver though. Gonna hold it in, I'm not gonna put it in the silver jar, but I'm still gonna hold on to it most likely. So 1917S, like I said, $3. He had it at $5. Dropped it down. Gonna check the mint mark on it, check the reverse also on that one. And then 1982S proof, $2. But I was wanting to see, there was something also for a variety for an error that's actually on a 1982S. This was in a little bin, $2. I was like, okay, I get it, no problem. Move on over here to the Eisenhower's on top of that. So I got a 1974 Denver there. Pulled another 74D, which is really nice shape. One of them looked like it has something of a die clash going on the reverse there, so I'm pretty excited to see if there's anything on that one. And then a 72 Philadelphia there, so wanted to check those. Those just kind of caught my eye. Had a huge bin, so I looked through probably, I guess, 150 Eisenhower, just kind of checking them, what they look like, if it graded a little higher, and if it's dented, and so forth, so on. So anyhow, that was nice. And then the wheat cent bag. This is 500 wheat cents in a bag, and I want to say he had it for $25. That was in there for the wheat cents, and I was like, well, I could go through there and see if there's anything in there. Just checking, because I am sitting right here in the trailer, not doing much of nothing, and there's a 20s right there, it looks like. So it's nice if he's got a variety of mixtures from the 1909 to the 1958 in here. And it looks like you've got quite a few different dates so far just showing right there. But this right here is what I'm really excited about. Now, this right here, as you see, it's a 1969 San Francisco, California. This is going to be another mint set, actually. And it's both the Philadelphia and the Denver ones in there. So as you see, we got a 69, a 70, a 72, and a 74 mint set. And I want to say, actually, one of these actually has some silver inside of there. So that was kind of nice. And I got these pretty cheap, as you see, $6. This one's $5. And I want to say this is the one with the silver in it. Not for sure, anyhow. I know one of the ones have silver in it. $5 for that one, and then this one right here didn't have anything on it, but got some nice mint sets to actually check through. So anyhow, this is going to be a nice little variety search, and I'm not going to do anything with these for the album, because I want to make sure I separate the ones that I get out of coin rolls and put that in the album and have these separate. Probably do a giveaway later on just to give a huge bulk of the wheat cents out. But anyhow, let me go ahead and run through all this and see if we get anything out of it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Also helps me out, helps to get the video out. Well, I wanted to bring you in for a little update here. So I went ahead and went through the stack of silvers there, also the buffalo nickel and everything else. I made sure to double check. A little tougher up under the scope, but like I mentioned, there's not much on there. But the mint sets here, I went through everything. There is a mint set in here from 1969. That's the one I was trying to get out earlier that has a silver $50 in there. Went ahead and checked it for any kind of DDO, DDR. Also check through the pennies there. So the pennies, you're going to have a 1969 S, which you can have a nice DDO on there. You can also check for the 1969 Philadelphia dime for the proof reverse if it had it on there. It didn't have it on there. And multiple others in there. So I didn't see anything. Really nice sets though. A couple of them are actually kind of beat in, but two of them on top there are pretty nice all in all. So anyhow, I moved over here to the pennies. As you see, this is all wheat cents. Every one of these, it should be 500 wheat cents. I think it counted out in the machine, which is perfectly fine to me. I mean, it's what I paid for them was actually pretty cheap, decently cheap to where, you know, usually pawn shops that I go to, some of the shops I went to, thrift shops I went to, they're kind of selling these things for like 75 cents to $1 a piece for wheat cents, which is kind of wild. So anyhow, got a bunch of these. I want to say it was like $27, $26, but we have got an array of dates all the way through here. So these are going to be the 58s you see on the end, and the earliest one we have so far is in 1911 there. So that's a nice little find on top of there, but a lot more to go through. And then too, I've pulled out 3 Indian head cents there. There's going to be a 1980 or a 1898 there, a 1908, and then 1893 on that one. We did get 5 steel cents so far, 1943s. So we do have 5 of those, but still looking. Might pull out some more Indian cents if possible. Indian head pennies, however you want to call it. Because we make pennies, or we make cents, and UK over there, England, makes pennies. So anyhow, keep moving on this. Bring you back in if I do find something all in all, but just wanted to bring you in for a quick rundown. All right, well, I'm still working my way through these. There's, like I say, 500 or so, probably more. I'm pretty sure he spiked the bag up a little bit. But as you see, there is a ton of years in here. Also, the S's are going to be on the bottom, and the D's are going to be in the middle. So this is going to be the Philadelphia row here. And all these on top are also Philadelphia stacked up. So Philadelphia, Philadelphia, these 3, and then this stack here, Philadelphia. Same thing with this down through here. We got the S's, the D's in the middle, the Philadelphias, and then all the possible, it's extra D's here, D's here, D's, and D's there on top. So anyhow, but I was working through, and I actually found a really nice, well, I say nice because I've never pulled a 1910S out of any kind of bag or any kind of coin roll. But we got a 1910S. It's in rough condition, but that's a pretty cool find for me. It's awesome that he had it in the bag, but like I said, it's really beat up. There's a lot of coins that are really damaged. This is actually corrosion, some crazy corrosion too. Looks like an eyeball, top of his eyeball there, but pretty pitted up corrosion for sure. And then on the reverse, it ain't too terribly bad for a 1910. Still got some of the wheat leaf there, and on the other side also too, but still corroded, definitely corroded. But a 1910S, that's a cool find. So it's cool. That's what I'm on the board. Whew. All right. Well, I have been working on this going on almost a week now. It's just been really busy trying to get to it, trying to get it knocked out. And as you see, it is a lot of dates, a lot of years stacked up here. Now, I actually went through the last coin, which is actually in a scope. But I'm going to come here and show you exactly what all I have kind of through here. As mentioned, everything on the bottom here is going to be the S mint marks. In the middle here, I tried to do the D's as best as possible, but a lot of the D's are stacked up here because I got multiple. Philadelphia is a ton of the 44 Philadelphias, but let's get on into here and just look around. So that's a 1910S, which is a crazy date to find. I got a 1911, move over here to 1916. Didn't have the 15s. You know, you get the 1915D. It'd been a really nice penny to find. Bunch of 1919 stacked up there. We did get a couple of 1919S's. Move over here to the 1920s. Didn't get any 22s because you know you want to look for the 1922 a weak D or a was it a weak D or a strong D? So we want to make sure in 1922 Denver, if you have those pennies, to check those because they are worth some money. Got a 24 there, Philadelphia. Move on over here to the 26s. 27. We did get some A27S right there. Really good dates, honestly. Like, so nice to look through them, honestly. I wanted to put them up under the scope and check because a lot of these years I have not touched and put up under the scope. So 29 there, Philadelphia. We got a 34 for the Philadelphia also. Move over here, rough looking 36S. Move over to a 36D. And then the same thing with the Philadelphias. 37s, as you see there. We got the 40s. I want to say we got, 39s. Actually, quite a few 1939 stacked up. A ton of 40s. I actually started the Philadelphia stack of the 40s there. Move on over here, like I showed you earlier, 40S. Come over here to the 44s. Ton of 44s. You see they're all stacked up. Philadelphia all stacked up through here. So we did get a bunch of 40s for sure. So 44s, 45s, 46s, 47s, 48s, and all the S's that we got stacked up here for those years also, 47, 48. No 49 S's. I didn't look and see how much mintage of the 1949 S's. I want to say it's probably pretty low, but they'll check it here in a shortly. But 49s, move over to 50, 51, 2s, 3s, 4s. And as you see, we have got a ton of 57s, 58s stacked up there, some 55s. We did get 55 Philadelphias. I checked them all for the doubling. They didn't see anything in there. Now, I showed you earlier for the Indian cents and then the steel cents also. So it's actually just an added bonus to have those in there. But one of the next to the last coins that I had here, reason why I had the loop out, because out popped a 1909. And I was like, well, that's awesome because that's the first year in the wheat cents in 1909. And previously 1908 and below there, you'll definitely have the Indian head cent. But I was hoping I could flip it over here and see if there was a VDB on the back. So you can get a regular 1909, or you can get a 1909 VDB, which is a little more money. And then you get a 1909S VDB, which is a lot of money. So we want to make sure. Now, this right here is actually the VDB that's in there. It's in a little rougher condition, and as I say, I had to pull the loop out, look up under there, but it is the VDB that's on there, and it might be just some of the scratching detail that comes around here, but the reverse isn't too terribly bad. So it's nice to see a 1909 in here. Like I said, it ain't too terrible on the reverse. The obverse, it's pretty decent, I guess, too. But we got a 1909 out of the stack there, so that's nice. And all in all, it's a pretty good hunt. Like I said, it's basically been a week since I've had this, and I try to get to and get as much as I could done of it. AC just kicked on, so it might be a little noisy. But anyhow, a lot of wheat cents. I'm probably going to be giving a lot of these away in packets, so forth, so on. And also the mint sets too. I got a lot of little things to get together, but I'm still on the road trying to get back home, but I will do some submissions here for too long. Hopefully AMTV sends me over some coins so I can get those coins out for him also. So we ought to have a nice little, hopefully 10 coins going out to NGC to get those graded and so forth, so on. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. And like I say, I hope y'all have a fantastic day. Don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.